scoring its first win in the conference.
Today's top story. President Arroyo blames so-called titans of hate for reviving the Garci controversy. People sees no cause for concern over the series of earthquakes. Differences among officers may have triggered the relief of the chief marine commander in Basilan. And lifestyle check, a lightweight answer to heavy traffic.
The intelligence agent who claims to have wiretapped the president says an insider from Smart Telecom helped them to do it. A spokesman for Smart says anything is possible, but he says they don't have the equipment or expertise to do so. Our economy correspondent Teresa Andrada has that story.
Recruiting an insider to wiretap is possible, but Smart Telecommunications says to actually listen in on cell phone conversations is highly improbable.
And I said, that's possible. But my point is that wala ring kwenta yun. Because wala nga kaming facilities in order to eavesdrop into the conversations of people.
Isberto insists the company has no equipment to wiretap and has absolutely no reason to listen in on subscriber conversations, regardless of the subscriber's position or stature. Former ISAF agent Vidal Doble claimed he was actually able to tap into conversations by the president with former COMELEC Commissioner Virgilio Garciliano by splitting the phone signal. But Isberto explains a cell phone signal is encrypted in a system-generated GSM code. These algorithms are generated per phone call. Unlike ordinary code such as that for your ATM card, the GSM code is unscrambled on a daily basis. For someone to wiretap a conversation, special equipment such as a decoder and expertise are needed.
Kung wala kang yung ganung tinatawag na decoder, hindi mo nga madi-decode yung encryption na ginagawa dun sa GSM signal.
But purchasing a decoder is not as easy as buying a laptop. The decoder is considered a restricted equipment and special permits would have to be secured, say from the U.S. government. Another permit from the National Telecommunications Commission would also have to be acquired to use the equipment.
Normally ho, yung nakakabili po ng mga ganyang klaseng equipment are governments or governments friendly to those countries which are selling those kinds of equipment.
The NTC has denied issuing any license for the use of such equipment in the country. Teresa Andrada, ABC News.
The president is not about to leave her critics there unanswered. Mrs. Arroyo says she has better things to do than play along with politicians whom she likened to titans of hate. Our Malacanang correspondent, Jove Francisco, has that story.
The sight was all too familiar. A president who chooses to be with the people and make them feel that they are her priorities whenever her enemies hit her hard. She was even wearing a powder blue number, her color of choice during the biggest political storm that hit her administration. This time though, Mrs. Arroyo also threw punches.
At gusto ko lang sabihin bago tayo magtapos. I have a country to run. I have terrorists to fight. I have a peace to win and a bright future to secure for these children. I embrace work and will just like the titans of hate to have their monopoly on the politics of destruction.
The president unleashed a strong statement a day after Senator Panfilo Lacson released a taped testimony of Vidal Doble Jr. regarding the alleged cheating in the 2004 elections.
Senator Lacson is a senator on his own right, and therefore he is privileged and he has the right.
In Malacanang, the President's Executive Secretary said the palace will invoke Executive Order Number 464, the controversial EO that gives the President the right to prevent her officials from appearing before any congressional inquiry and to ask for an advance copy of the questions to be asked during investigations.
Let's put it this way, it's not a matter of not being easy. We're not also making it difficult for as long as we feel that we are going by what is the intent
Ermita also reminded senators that there's a long list of legislative work waiting action in the upper chamber, including the 2008 national budget. He says lawmakers should give important legislation their attention first rather than tackle an issue that still needs to be validated.
I could not just fully accept what I read in the transcription of the privilege speech made in the Senate. And in other words, I'm not saying that I'm ready to say that everything that Sergeant August said was true without any validation.
Jove Francisco, ABC News.
The Philippines over the last few days has been experiencing earthquakes from as far apart as Cotabato City and Basco, Batanes. But FIVOX says there's no alarm, or there's no cause for alarm. Naomi Lady has that story.
Two separate earthquakes hit Cotabato City and the province of Romblon this morning. The quakes were felt at intensity 4 in Cotabato City and intensity 3 in Romblon. FIVOX says close to 100 minor tremors were recorded in different parts of the country since Saturday. In Kidapawan, North Cotabato alone, 64 quakes were listed. Tremors were also felt in Davao Oriental, General Santos City, Mindoro, Olongapo, Makati, Pasig, and Quezon City. But while the quakes occurred in succession, FIVOX sees no cause for alarm.
On the average kasi, we're averaging 20 earthquakes per day recorded, tsaka yung felt event sa ating mga instrument. Pero yung mga malalaki, wala pa tayong nare-record recently.
Most of the quakes felt since Saturday were categorized as tectonic in nature. FIVOX says there was no danger of a tsunami which usually occurs after an earthquake with intensity 6 or stronger. They even consider the minor tremors as a good sign that could help lessen the chances of a big earthquake.
Mas maganda kung every now and then may mga earthquake na nangyayari na mas maliliit doon sa ating mga earthquake generators para at least yung energy ay na-release instead na maipon bago siya gumalaw na isang mas malakas na event.
The last major earthquake that hit the country was in July 1990. It usually takes 50 to 100 years for any massive movement within the Philippine fault system. FIVOX says they continue to monitor all seismic movements, but officials also advise the public to conduct regular drills to ensure their readiness in case of a major earthquake. Nami Devi, ABC News.
Next on Centro, the AFP plays down the relief of the top Marine commander in Basilan.
DPC